how do successful people think? Like, is it a thing? Let's find out. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. I'm Sonny Tee, and this is the best place for entrepreneurs on the planet, period. If you're new to the channel and haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the bell so you can get notified when I upload these videos. Let's get right into it. I want to preface this video by asking a question. What is success? Money and success are not synonymous. They're not the same thing, and most people will equate money with success. So when you start thinking about people like Oprah Winfrey, you think about people like Elon Musk, you think about people like Bill Gates, and now the richest guy in the world, Jeff Bezos, you start to think about that's money equated with their success. But I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is dig deeper and go past the surface shit. Now, Oprah Winfrey says this all the time. A lot of people say this, by the way, but I always use Oprah Winfrey because I like how she says it. But she says that you want to become, first of all, what is your special gift? Successful people are always looking for that special gift. And once they find that special gift, they're always trying to become the best versions of themselves. So what that means is that just because you're not a billionaire does not mean that you're not successful. So let's just take Gandhi. Was he successful? What about Desmond Tutu? What about Mandela? Are these successful people? Of course they're successful people. So before we get into this, I want you to get rid of that thinking that you think money and success are the same thing. A few tips on being successful. Now, we already know that we can talk about this forever, but these are just a few things to kind of get you on the right track to kind of changing your mindset. Man, I love mindset videos. I love when I do these. I know I need to do more of how to make money online. These things right here are the foundation of what you should start to try to make money online. Successful people are dreamers. They look way outside the box and they don't have this limiting belief mindset. When you look at what Elon Musk did recently, I don't know if you saw that SpaceX landing. The rockets went up and came back down and landed. Dude, I literally clapped my hands, stood up, applauded, was like, woo! I can imagine what happened in 1960, whatever it is, I think it was 69, when the guys landed on the moon and the people saw that. They said that couldn't be done. They said it was impossible, right? So he was a dreamer. He said, I can do this. In the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, they talk about how when the poor kid sees something, it's either a haterade or it's either, man, I wish I could do something like that, or I could never. But the rich dad's kid says, how can I? And I've said this in a lot of my videos. You need to live right there. You need to live in how can I? I wonder if this is where you need to live, because that's the winner's dream. I wonder if. You already know what is possible, but now I wonder if this is possible. And trying to figure out how to get there is where successful people live. One last thing. Successful people don't think about what they can't do. There's a fine line between mediocrity and realistic thinking. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to be telling you more about this. It's optimistic thinking. It's realistic thinking. A lot of times when I think about thinking realistic, I equate it with being mediocre. And I don't want you to be mediocre, because we already know my big saying is mediocrity is excellence to the mediocre. So limiting beliefs is not the same thing as understanding what your weaknesses are. And we'll get to that in a minute. Just stick with me. Successful people look at the back end. I'm going to say that one more time. Successful people pay attention to the back end. I'm Mr. Right Now. Nancy will tell you that back in the day, in my 20s, I would only pay attention, and this is what amateurs do, and I was doing what I was supposed to do. They only look at immediate results. Successful people don't think that way. After you get to messing around a little bit, you're going to understand that what you do today, the results may not come for 5 or 10 years. They might not come for 3 years. A big example is being on YouTube. The video I put up today will continue to get views and more views and more views and continue to bring me money. It'll continue to help people for years on out. I actually think about this video being watched by my great grandkids 100 years from now. A good example is a presidency. Now, right now, we have Donald Trump in. There was a big thing about Obama claiming the work of Donald Trump. Now, here's what the left is going to say. The left is going to say that Donald Trump is reaping the benefits of President Obama because there's a delay. What Obama did so many years ago is what we're experiencing now. What Trump is doing now is what we'll be experiencing in another 5 or 6 years, right? Now that's the debate. But my point is that there is a delay. You need to look at the back end of what you're gonna do. Another example, maybe you'll grab a hold of this, is marketing. Here's another big mistake of people that sell, internet entrepreneurs online. They're thinking about selling a widget for $5 right now. They're only gonna sell that widget. Now this is online and offline. They're only gonna sell that widget right now for $5, and then they're gonna look for another customer, when actually that's more expensive. What successful people do is they look at that same customer and what is that average customer value over the time of 3 or 4 years, and they think about selling that customer other things in 10 years. So when you buy something from McDonald's today for 99-cent hamburger, they've already sold you a Big Mac, chicken McNuggets, they've already sold you an ice cream. They already know what it is you're gonna buy in the future. So they'll invest money now, $300 or $400, because they know over your lifetime you're gonna spend $3,000. Think about that. Successful people look at the back end, they think long term. Successful people are realistic, now here's what I was talking about, but they're optimistic. They have realistic thinking and they're optimistic though. So that's not being mediocre. That means that I understand what my strengths are, and more importantly, I understand what my weaknesses are. I want to send a rocket out to space, and I want to bring it back and make it land. How is that possible? Number one, I wonder if I could do that. And then ask yourself, well, what are your weaknesses? Well, I'm not really a good people person. Well, which is coming up next, I need to bring someone else in that can do that part for me. What are my strengths? I'm a good sales guy. I'm a good front man. I'm a good marketing guy. Cool, I'll handle that part. But you, Nancy, handle the part where you do all the calculations and make sure it gets back. All right? Deal. What I'm saying here is everything that's involved with the situation and approach it realistically. Don't go thinking crazy like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fly to the moon, and I know absolutely nothing about flying to the moon. That's crazy. Say you want to fly to the moon and understand you'll need 10 years worth of education, you need $1 billion, and so on and so forth, and then go about setting your goals to accomplish that. That's how successful people think. The last thing that I have for you today and how successful people think is they know they're not gonna do it alone. This was a huge thing for me, man. I usually work as an island, but still. And I'm not saying you need a big team. Here's where people get it twisted. My team consists of myself, Nancy, 2 other guys, sales development, and a VA. So we might have 5 or 6 people, but I'm not alone. I need help. There's no way possible. Right now, Nancy is behind the camera, listening to my audio, watching the shot, making sure everything is cool. I could do this by myself, but it would be more difficult. Nancy studied this, figured out how it works. I don't have to be worried about that, and I can do what I do best. Understanding my weaknesses, my strengths, and understanding that I need help. That's a big problem with a lot of people. A quick story, we already know Think and Grow Rich is one of my favorite books. There was the guy that had the gold mine, sold all of his equipment, gave it to another guy. That guy went to a professional and asked him, what do I need to do to get to the gold? He got the gold, and that's the end of the story. Right now is a good time for me to tell you to like this video, smash that thumbs up if you can dig it. Share the video, man. Sharing is caring. Somebody might benefit from what I have to say here. Also, subscribe. Click that bell button if you want notifications when I upload these videos. Comment below and let me know what you thought about this video and if you have anything to add to this. And now, every day, man, this is an everyday thing. If you want to be successful, you have to realize it's an everyday thing. No excuses, no explanations. Let's get it done.